Good evening, and thank you for joining The Way That I See It. This is the show where KiKi and Cousin Chan give their thoughts on everything that's happened during the week. No topic is off the table. Everything from relationships, religion, news, politics, and even reality TV. Now broadcasting live from our studios, welcome KiKi and Cousin Chan.
Good afternoon or evening or whatever, whenever you're watching this, and welcome to The Way I See It. I'm KiKi, and this is...
I have to do this every week?
Every week!
Y'all don't know me by now?
What if the person don't? What if this is their first time?
They can read the credits. It'll be somewhere.
Just say your damn name.
Cousin Chan.
All right. Chan. She always says that I forced her to do this, but welcome to The Way I See It. And we took a week off because we just felt like it. So,
we did?
Yeah, we did.
We filmed last week?
No, we didn't. And welcome to The Way I See It featuring the Bickersons, because we started out this way. So, one of the top stories that have been coming out lately that we were going to talk about has been, because the last time you talked to us, it was right before the draft, and now this is 2 weeks later. Michael Sam's, the first openly gay football player in the National Football League, was, ironically enough, drafted by the St. Louis Rams. And it's been met with some controversy. We knew that it would, and it's been met with some controversy for a couple reasons. One of them was because he's the first openly gay player. One of our good friends, we call him Pimp Juice, was like, what are they gonna do? Give him his own locker room? I was like, for what?
Wow, I don't understand.
And then someone else said that it's going to be very difficult because, you know, when you're in a locker room and you might find they said we can't control our dicks, so if they get an erection, if he happens to just get an erection, it could cause a problem.
I don't understand that.
This is men talking, honey. I don't understand why they think everybody wants them.
Right. Every homosexual man don't want every heterosexual man. They have tastes and preferences just like you do.
And obviously the little guy that his boyfriend
don't fit none of your profiles. None of them.
This guy is a swimmer. He's white. He's thin. He's nothing like, unless he going after the kicker.
Right. I doubt
any of y'all have anything to worry about.
Y'all roughnecks over there. Yeah.
Right. But another thing is that, you know how when they show the draft, the draft prospects, how they show them with their families, and the one guy who got drafted actually had proposed to his fiance earlier that day. And so when he got drafted, I mean, it was an open mouth tongue kiss he gave her at the table. Nobody said anything. I personally was offended by it because I'm like, really? Get a room. Right? Because, I mean, it's okay to kiss her.
He was excited.
I get it. It's okay to kiss her, but what they did was just a little bit. But anyway, people were so upset that this guy was in his own home. He gets the call because he's in the last round, and he and his boyfriend
get drafted to the last round.
Yes,
Yes.
This is somebody who was an All-American.
Yes,
right. Yes.
He got drafted at the last round.
Yes.
Okay. They're wrong as hell for that one. They're wrong for that
But anyway, he's at home with his family and his dude, and he gets the call, and he's excited, and he's crying like any other draft prospect, and kisses his boyfriend like any other draft prospect does when and people were upset. I mean, it has been coined the kiss heard around the world, seen around the world. Why? Because people are upset. I don't want to see two gay men kiss.
Then look away. Look away. You saw it coming. It wasn't a shock. You just wanted to see. You wanted to see the train wreck. So you saw them get ready to embrace. You should have said, "Up,
I don't want to see this." And you should have told whoever was there to say, "Tell me when it's over."
Right. Exactly.
Kind of like when I was talking about the breast augmentation, and you were like, "Just let me know when you finish."
Right. Yeah.
Same thing. All they had to do was like, "Let me know when it's over."
This is the moment where Michael Sam got the news that he is going to be a member of the St. Louis Rams. There you see him on the phone, and there you see the raw emotion. We've seen this so many times over and over again for so many players.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Through our working with the ESPYs and the Arthur Ashe Courage Award that he's receiving at the ESPYs, little smashing of the cake in the face, and it's a good time all the way around. And for Michael Sam there, you get the opportunity to go live on a lifelong.
They didn't, but anyway, they were upset about it, and so much so that there was this.
Get over it. Get a life.
I really think so as well.
Get over it. Get a life.
I mean. What did they think?
So what?
Here's the thing. Did they never think that there was ever a gay football player? Ever?
Yeah, I think that's what they think. I think they think it was never a gay football player ever. But I guess they don't want to see it on TV because it's not what they do. Well, vice versa. I don't necessarily want to see heterosexual motherfuckers tonguing each other down every 5 goddamn
Isn't that what
seconds.
I just said?
But I mean, here's the thing. I get what you're saying. Yes, and they were passionate and whatever. But still, if it's no more acceptable one way, it's no more acceptable the other way. And just because they're gay, y'all act like they the only gay couple on the planet. Like they doing. Now, if he would have fucked his dog, I get it. I might not want to see you fucking your dog on damn national TV. I get that. I get that.
Why do you have to always go so damn far?
But I'm just saying,
I don't understand why you have to just be so extreme all the time.
Because that's what these people are acting like. They acting like they never heard or seen or gay people a day before, and they like they secret. They not secret no more. They all over the place. If he wanted to kiss his boyfriend, wonderful, more power to him. I might not want to see it, but hey, hell, whatever. It was a moment.
Right.
You had it.
Right.
Wonderful. Move on.
Well, like I said, I didn't want to see the heterosexuals do it. They did it. I dealt with it. I got over it. Same thing here. I saw it. I dealt with it. You know what I mean?
I didn't see anything inappropriate.
I didn't see anything inappropriate about it either, but hell, whatever. It's them. And then they were talking about it on this TV show on in Houston. Mm-hmm. And it's like 4 women, and 2 of them are liberal and 2 of them are conservative, right? And it got so heated that one of the girls packed her shit up and walked off the set.
Oh, well, she had enough. Let me guess, a conservative?
Tell her what she's going to run, Bob.
Because I didn't see it, but I can
oh,
see
man,
where.
I think I'm going to insert the video right here.
All right.
Hello, welcome to the broadcast. If you're just joining us for our second hour here, we're sure glad you're with us. Just really gotten a lot of attention. There's been an NFL player, can't remember the name, who texted horrible after he saw that on ESPN. There was a college player who texted something that was derogatory about seeing that kiss that Michael shared with his boyfriend in celebration. And they came down on those players who didn't have nice things to say, with fines and basically letting them know that, hey,
they were fined? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
They were fined for expressing how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
They were fined for making... What happened to America?
Well, here's the deal, Susie.
Because they are part
as
of an
racist
organization.
As the Clippers owner is coming off, people that are making tacky comments about this guy being a homosexual and kissing his boyfriend, those are just as racist.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just what?
Those comments are just as racist.
Bias.
Like making comments about that it's gross to see 2 men kiss on ESPN. We have to see men kiss on NBC and on ABC
why
and on HBO.
Head?
What's the difference?
I want to know what you're thinking. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm shaking my head because people don't have the right to express the way they feel if it offends somebody else. I I live in America. I still feel like I have the right of freedom of speech, and I don't have to be penalized for my own opinions, especially in my own house, that I have that right as an American.
But they're not in your own house if you're putting them on Twitter.
Wait a minute. I'm talking about in my house, as what's his name was in his house.
Michael Sam?
The other guy.
Clippers coach.
The Clippers guy was in his home when he was recorded
privately.
And now two people say that they don't like to see the kissing and they're fined. That's their right to say.
Was anybody fined when they said something bad about
Michael Sam was in his
Tebow?
home as well. Michael Sam and his boyfriend were in their hotel.
And they
room,
took
their
a
home.
picture
They
and
invited
posted it all over.
ESPN to air it live.
Took a picture.
Well, they knew ESPN.
Why are you allowed to kiss?
And why aren't I allowed to say it? I
Because
didn't.
when you
Let me
make
tell you
comments
why.
that say it offends you and you don't want to watch it, it kind of comes off as being racist towards
Oh my
homosexuals.
gosh,
I'm gonna
racist
tell
is
you
the
why.
new
This is the problem.
word
This
of
is the
world.
problem.
Hello.
You can't say what you feel without being persecuted.
no.
If it doesn't go along
You
with
can if you don't say it on
mainstream.
TV
That's
or
right.
you don't
If
say
it
it on
doesn't
Twitter.
go along with mainstream, then you're going to be pegged.
You can't say what you want to say when you are part of an organization who has the right to tell you you're working on behalf of our organization. You're not allowed to say that. So
because then they become a liability.
in the
in
the NCAA. They have rules about that. You can't speak out like
You
that.
can't
Also
say,
in the
"I don't
NFL,
like
you
it."
can't speak out like that.
Okay.
You can't speak out because
wait,
you're speaking out against the organization as a whole. You can't do that.
And I know
No, it all has
I
to
represent
do
a
with-
lot of people that are sick of it.
It all has to do with people, frankly, being very sick of people who are being sick of hearing about it.
You know, you raised a comment yesterday that like your young boys are watching ESPN and that you might not think that that was all American for them to watch.
I
that
did.
Michael
That's
Sam.
not what I meant. So don't take those words and put them in my mouth. I didn't say it's an American.
You said you didn't
what did
like
you
your
say?
sons watching that.
I was describing ESPN as a whole. I said they air sports and they promote sportsmanship and they promote all American sports.
But that's what they were doing.
But when parents do not have a choice as to whether or not they want their children to see this, it's wrong.
Finally, we've gotten to a place that a football player who probably would have been scorned for coming out as a black man and has probably dealt with plenty of racist issues now can come out and say, not only am I a proud black man, but I'm a proud black homosexual man, and I'm going to kiss my white boyfriend on ESPN. And that's in a moment of celebration for something very exciting that happened to him because he worked his butt off, and now we're beating him up
Amy,
because
why are you
he
making-
kissed his
why are you
boyfriend.
making a face?
I don't call it a moment of
But we're
celebration.
not attacking people that are
Why
having
don't you
sex
call
out of
that?
Here's
wedlock
the thing.
or
Here-
cheating
hold
on their wives.
Hold on. Why aren't you calling that a moment of celebration? You didn't feel like that was a moment of celebration?
No, because
He got
here's
signed
the
to the
thing.
NFL. That's
Here's the
exciting.
thing. It's being pushed in faces.
Had he been kissing his wife, would it have bothered
I would have
you?
said, get a room. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see cake on your face
So you
kissing
don't want to
each
see
other.
couples
Are
Arms
we
and-
being completely truthful when you say that it would have bothered you just as much had he been kissing his wife
We
as
would
it
not
did
be
when he was
talking about
kissing
this
his
if somebody
boyfriend?
kissed their wife
Here's the thing,
when they
Lisa.
got signed to the
Here's the
NFL. We
thing.
would not be talking about
Here's
that.
the thing. My turn. Here's the thing. ESPN would not have aired any of it had he been kissing his wife.
Oh,
That's
there
right.
have been plenty of celebratory moments shown on ESPN at the end of football games when they go and embrace their wife after they win the Super Bowl. There have been plenty of moments shown. So I just want to make sure that we're all being honest.
Can we agree that this was an opportunity to make news?
No, I think we can agree that
Yes,
we're
it
making a
was.
mountain out of a molehill.
He has every right to do what he wants. That is not my issue. I just don't want it in my face.
Well, then maybe you don't need to see romantic comedies where people kiss
We're
on
not talking
television.
about movies, and we're not
No, I'm
talking
just
about
saying, you don't want
television.
people kissing? Like, people kiss
Why?
all the time. Like,
I
why
didn't
is that
say that,
so
Sonny.
awkward?
Don't put words in my
Why
mouth.
does she not have the right to say what she means without being
I'm
slam
saying, why is
basted
that
about
so
it?
uncomfortable?
but
No,
she's
it's an
just
argument.
asking.
Why can't we
saying, why
just
don't we
accept
just go
that
to
she
Midland?
feels that way and leave it alone?
Well, I don't think that there's any argument
Okay.
about
done.
that. Okay, and you're going to leave.
No, I'm going to go to Midland.
Okay. Well, I guess next coming up, what's coming up next? Do you know, Miss
I
Lisa?
hope it's something fun and motivating and inspiring and uplifting.
You know, I hope it's something that gets y'all talking because that's what the show is
All right, so that craziness is just.
I don't have.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
But-
whatever.
You gonna risk your damn job because this man kissed his boyfriend. Then
What? Okay, hold on. But you know what they say: if we don't stand up for something, then we'll fall for anything. And my religious views are blah blah blah.
It's
blah,
not about
blah,
your religious views at
blah,
this
blah,
point.
Blah blah.
But it wasn't about their religious views at that point.
I
It was
know, but
about the fact that people were challenging your point of view. You have the right to challenge their point of view. But
Right.
because you get so frustrated you can't handle it, you're going to walk off the set?
But I'm saying that's what she's going to say. Because that's where her points of view come from. Her points of view come from her religious views. And she has every right, absolutely, to have them. But I mean... Hey.
You're going to walk off your job.
Hey, man.
Okay.
She,
All right.
hey, long as she got the money to cover
Okay,
that,
last thing on this one is that, Oprah offered him a deal to document all of this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, it's been shelved. Just as quickly as they offered it, they snatched it right back. And obviously, because they're saying that the PR statement is that he needs to be focused on football, and that's going to be a distraction.
I agree.
The inside, some of what I've been hearing is that
no bad breath.
No,
what?
He ain't been doing so great in camp.
Oh,
so it's like maybe you need to really just focus on football and football only because you suck. You might not even make the team.
Oh,
and we this early in the camp process, and you might not making. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the time you need to ball out because this is the time that you need to prove to everybody that. You're a football player and this is what you do and your sexuality has nothing to do with it. And I think it's just all of the stuff. I think it's everything just now. Yeah. The pressure is probably just getting to him.
Yeah, that or maybe they doing a what's your boy's name? Who I always call it a Willie Beeman. Maybe they're trying to Willie Beeman his ass and make him look bad. Maybe.
Yeah, hey, but that's different when Willie Beeman is on offense.
Well, I'm just
and
saying.
You defense.
Hey, man, look. Stranger Things. I don't know.
Whatever the case, OWN Network has shelved the project. So.
Okay, well, then he has time to. Once he gets in the league and does whatever he needs to do.
But I'm sure there's still cameras. Ain't nobody going to miss the opportunity to use this footage later on. I guarantee it's going to come up a little bit later.
Yeah, he might need to just go ahead and just work it out, relax, get your mind right.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Here's the next thing on our agenda. And I know you had something you wanted to bring up.
I did? Which was?
It was about football.
I don't remember.
Okay.
We might have to go back.
I sent her this link about former New England Patriot, Aaron Hernandez. Tight end.
Oh, you talking about, Jesus.
Aaron Hernandez.
He got hit again with another double murder. What the fuck was you doing out there? Was you playing what's his name from New Jack City?
Nino Brown.
Yeah, was you just going around Florida playing Nino Brown? I'm not understanding why.
Actually, this wasn't the murder wasn't in Florida. It was up north. But here's the thing:
you just catching cases.
Well, he was
jail. You like Michael Jackson.
Well, he did already. Remember he was charged for that assault that happened in jail just recently. The fight that he got into. Yeah, he got into a fight in jail. And they charged him with that, with assault. Sure but when he first got arrested for the homicide of his friend, they were looking at him for the double homicide that had happened back in 2012. Well, they just indicted him this week for that particular crime, the double homicide. So
back in 2000. So what was it? The gun that led it to him?
Yes. When they went and served all the search warrants and all that other stuff and seized the vehicles and did all this other stuff and it all circled back around. There was bodies on them.
I'm not understanding. I don't. This is usually why I insert. You can't give niggas money, but
he's still a nigga. He colored. He's Hernandez. He's a brown. He's brown. He's Hernandez.
He ain't a Mexican. How does that make him?
I don't even know what a Mexican is.
He's a Mexican or Puerto Rican. I mean, I don't know because I don't know the difference.
He's a Latino.
He's Latino. Okay,
yes.
So he's not nigga.
I say he's brown, and they lump us all together.
I don't lump us all together.
Obviously, if you're gonna call him a Mexican and you refer to us as niggas,
whatever. Like I said, this would be where I would say can't give niggas money, but I ain't quite sure. I guess you can't give stupid people a break. I don't know what
that's more appropriate. I think that's more appropriate. You can't give an idiot money.
Well,
but they say when you give somebody money or power, you get to see the real character of that person. You get to see who they really are. All right, so yeah, Aaron Hernandez, you not coming out no time soon. They gonna slam you with everything. Your fiance she done flipped on you, I'm sure. She about to. They was trying to get married. At one point they were trying to get married. so that of course she couldn't testify against him.
Mm-hmm.
Judge was like, nope, not on my watch. Actually, the warden was like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen, not in my jail.
Oh man!
So they denied his request to get married.
They can't do the mail order marriages.
I don't know what they could do in up in there.
She need to fly to the Philippines and do the mail order.
Baby, listen, that's up there in New Hampshire, Boston area, and you know they don't like us and them anyway up there. So, speaking of being up there in New Hampshire, Police Commissioner Robert Copeland.
Oh yeah, Mr. Numbnuts himself.
I am so irritated about the lack of respect that has been shown to 44. And when I say 44, I'm referring to Barack Hussein Obama. And I think it's ridiculous, and I think it is intolerable, and I don't think that people should allow this disrespect to continue. I don't care what your personal feelings are about black people. I don't care what your political views are about him. The fact of the matter is, he is the president of the United States, and there is a level of respect that should be shown to him. As much as I don't like George W. Bush, I just can't. And as much as a lot of people didn't like George W. Bush, they never showed this level of disrespect. That you would be in public having a conversation with somebody. You the police chief. You only got 20 black people in your whole damn town. Your entire police department is white. And you call the president a nigger. And then when you get called on it because somebody wrote in about it, because they heard you say it.
Right, you want to get them fired.
You said, that's what I was talking about. Somebody, I was describing my feelings, and I'm not going to apologize. I don't think that there's anything wrong with what I said.
Yeah, because he said he fits the bill. Yeah. He fits the bill of a nigga, so that's what he's going to call him.
Does he not know the definition of a nigga?
Well, shit. Technically, where it came from is just him being black. That's you gotta understand. The civil rights, all that stuff was 1964. That was not that long ago. Mm-hmm. So, and he had to been born good. He had to been part slave owner, or at least his grandfather was. You know what I'm saying? He had to be part slave owner. So of course he's still referring to black people as niggas. Can't get mad at that. He had the right to call it. Look, he had the right to call him whatever he wanted to call him. That's his view. I don't agree with it, but he had the right to call him whatever he wanted to call him.
But
and he did.
Here's the beauty of that whole not freedom of speech thing. This whole quote unquote freedom of speech that we have here in America. Yeah, he was free to say it.
Absolutely.
But it's gonna cost something. And people have been calling for your head to resign. And they can't fire you. The city council can't fire you because you're an elected official. So the only way you're gonna leave your job is that you're gonna resign. And you have a 3-year, you're in year 1 of your 3-year term. Mm-hmm. You might not make it. You may not make it. And you need to understand that.
He don't look like he gonna make it anyway. He's 5,000 years old. He ain't gonna make it no way. The stress of this is gonna give his ass a heart attack. He already looked like he got a stroke. Ain't he on the cane?
I don't know. Speaking of ain't gonna last. Did you see Donald Sterling CNN interview?
I missed it, and I'm glad I caught glimpses and pieces of
it.
But when he called Michael, what has Magic John done? Catch AIDS? I was like, what?
I'm not a racist. Well, maybe I am a racist. I mean, that dude was all over the place, and that fake crying and all that other stuff. I'm like, dude, whoever prepped you for this interview, they need to lose their job immediately. They need to be blackballed and blacklisted.
But you know what? He just came in there, sat down, and got to talking.
You know what? You might be right. I don't think this is anybody did. And I think they may have. He may have had his own Olivia Pope, and he just went rogue. Yep. He pulled a what's that crazy not so bright lady that ran for vice president? Palin. He pulled the Palin.
Yeah.
He went rogue.
Yeah, he did.
He went off script.
That was obvious.
And it was like, you know what? Who you are will seep out. I don't care how hard you pretend. Who you are.
With him, it never not seeped out. He's always been like that.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying in the interview, he was trying to play. And I didn't want that stupid ass apology, just like I don't want Robert Copeland's apology. I said it before, I don't want your police commissioner.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't want your contrived, fake, rehearsed, damage control ass apology. Mm-hmm. You meant what you said. You felt that you were in a safe space. You felt comfortable enough to say it. You felt it. Don't apologize for it. I don't want your apology.
But you know what? The whole town riled up against him. The whole town.
You
So,
talking about the
I don't
police
know.
chief?
Yeah.
Police commissioner.
Yeah, police commissioner. It was like the whole town riled up against him.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Did you really think you was in a safe space? Couldn't have been.
Well,
Because
he's
that
not-
don't mean you don't. That means you don't know the people who you around.
Well-
and then the same thing with Donald Sterling. How you gonna think you in a space and you fucking a nigga and you gonna tell her that she can't be around other niggas? I don't understand how you think that's a safe space.
Well, here's the thing.
That's just that I'm mightier than thou.
Okay,
attitude.
let's go back to the police commissioner for a minute. The police commissioner was having a conversation, as you and I may have had a conversation in a restaurant, and somebody overheard our conversation.
No. The lady went on TV. She said she was the lady who he was having a conversation. She said, no, that's not what happened. She said that they were actually all sitting down talking. And that was the first thing flew out of her mouth. She said it was not that I was overhearing a conversation and I took offense. She was a part of the conversation. And she looked like, did he just say this in front of me?
Was she black?
No, she was white. Lily.
That's why he said it in front of her. Again,
Lily. But
he
then-
thought it was a safe space. That's my point. He felt that he was amongst his kind, and he felt like it was a safe space to say what it was that he was going to say.
But my point was, how do you think it's a safe space? Then that means you don't know your people.
How would he know everybody?
Well, no, these are your people. You were having a, what was the name of that?
I understand.
Like a business meeting or whatever. Everybody's going.
But you don't know everybody's political views.
But you still should know your people enough not to call people niggas, because the whole town came out.
But here's the
including all
thing:
your people.
it's the arrogance of it all.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
it's the arrogance.
You
It's just
too
like
arrogant to figure it out.
like Donald Sterling. It's the arrogance of it all. I don't care who I'm staying in front of. So what? I'm having sex with this mixed chick. I don't care. Or I'm having some type of affair, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever kind of affair you have it with her. And I feel like I'm in a safe space, and I don't really give a rip anyway.
That's what it is. I don't give a rip. I'm arrogant enough not to give a rip. Because anytime you tell a nigga that she cannot hang out with the other niggas, including her own family, you just don't give a rip.
He said she can hang with her family.
Oh, excuse me. My bad. You can hang with
He said you can be with. You can have pictures of you and your sisters. He did.
Yeah, you can have those pictures. But anything else, absolutely not. Then don't bring them to the basketball game. You just don't give a fuck.
My thing is, you just didn't help yourself at all. That you did not. It was horrible. And I think that the time that that you sitting across from a gay man. Talking about black people, which another minority, and the lack of respect, and said something about Magic Johnson and the catching AIDS to a gay man.
Exactly.
I'm like,
I didn't understand that one either, but
arrogance.
Again, I say, how do you think you in a safe space?
He don't care.
Exactly.
And he knew that wasn't a safe space. Cameras and all that other stuff. He knew it wasn't a safe space at that point. But he's a moron. Okay, Donald Sterling, police commissioner Robert Copeland, you're a jerk off. Both of you.
And again, he's like 10,000 years old. When was the civil rights? 1964. He was over there. I'm sure his grandfather had slaves. I'm sure he did.
It might have been his father.
Or indentured servants. Or they worked on the farm.
You know there's still people living in plantations right now, working on plantations right now.
It don't show me.
My sister told me that. She went to school in Mississippi and Alabama and everything. She told me that they were still working plantations right now. And I said, didn't nobody tell them that we free? They didn't get the Juneteenth memo?
Or maybe they did and just like the project mentality, the generational project mentality just didn't leave.
Yeah, kind of like what I say about a lot of these first generation Mexicans that come over to the United States. Like I saw when I was in California and I was just like in LA. And I was like, this poverty mentality has now, you came over here for a better life. And all the opportunities that are afforded you, but you still brought the poverty mentality with you. So now you have 6 cars on your front lawn on cinder blocks. And, you're still doing the same poverty stuff that you were doing. You still have the same poverty mindset.
But is it? Here's the thing, is it? Back in Mexico, did you have the chance to afford 6 cars? Do you even put in your lot? Do you even have a lot to put it in Mexico? You got some sand.
They weren't pieces. They were all, if you put all 6 of them damn cars together, they ain't make one.
I get it. But I'm just saying, did he have the opportunity, whether they're good or not, to even buy them pieces of junks to put them together?
Whatever the case. It's still the same.
And he might be living high on the hog. What he thinking from what he just came
But the
from.
fact that you would have it sitting in your front yard.
Hey, look. I'm just saying.
Not the backyard, but the front yard.
He might think he living high off the hog comparison to what he came from. There are people out there that are walking around there with no shoes, no socks, got to take a squat in the woods or in the sand, wash up in the stream, and drink from that same stream. Now you get them over here and they get a chance to buy 6 cars. You think they ain't gonna put it in their front yard?
Yeah, until they get it together. $200 in East LA. Okay, that's nothing.
No,
when you got 17 people living in your house, y'all can afford a $200 car.
I get that. I'm just saying. You don't know. You don't know his.
I just turned into a racist, Archie.
Yeah, you did.
You maybe we sit too close. You rub it off on me.
Right.
Okay, the news that everybody been talking about. The Solange knows Jay-Z.
And I don't know why
elevator thing. This is my thought on it, and then you can tell me yours, and then we can move on.
Okay.
First and foremost, since the release of that video, the employee from the Standard has been fired, okay. And Jay-Z and Solange have come out and with public apologies. Mm-hmm. My thing on this is, I don't believe that they needed to do an apology. One, because it was a private moment with family. Mm-hmm. If people watched your family in a goddamn elevator. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. That was nothing.
Right.
compared to shit that happened most of our families.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that it was stupid for that to be released. It was a private moment with family. Second of all, the other thing about that is that what's the point of releasing a video with no audio? We don't know what the hell was going on. So we just watching her. We don't know if right before that elevator opened, he pinched her ass or punched her or smacked her. We don't know anything. So it's like, what was the probative value of doing that other than for him to make $250,000 on it? But I just think that it was a waste of time. It was a waste for me.
I don't. He made whoever that person was made his $250,000, and the media took off with it and ran with it and did whatever it was gonna do with it, and that's why we sitting here talking about it. It did what it was supposed to do. No, we don't know what happened, and no, we'll never find out what happened. But it's something to talk about, and we're talking about it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the fact that I don't think that it was. My problem with it was that you aired somebody's personal, private moment.
That's the media. That's what they do.
That's the paparazzi.
That's the pop. Or what is it called? What's it called? What's the name of that media? Where stalkerazzi. Either stalkerazzi. Like what's the boy's name? Damn it! Ding dong. The Howard Stern boy. What did he call his
shock jock?
He's a shock jock, but it's called some other kind of media. Anyway,
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. If we figure it out, we'll insert it later. But anyway, I'll bring it up next week then.
Bring it up whatever you want.
That's why I said I insert it later. Whenever that later comes up.
It's a free country, and this is half your show. You can bring up whatever you like.
Tabloid media. Oh my goodness. I couldn't get that out. Yeah, it's all a part of that.
Moment just now?
I most certainly did. Okay, but it was the part of that tabloid media that likes to see that kind of stuff, and that we pay good money, and that's why the Inquirer and Inquisitor and Inquisitors overseas. Yeah, but I mean it's the equivalent. Inquirer, Inquisitor, Us, all that stuff, all them tabloids. That's why they still thriving. Who does print it anymore? But them. And they still got it out there. TMZ took it, ran off.
It's just amazing to me that TMZ is now the news source. It's like nobody talks to the Associated Press anymore. It's TMZ is always cited as a news source. I mean, I was watching the news in LA, and they were like, TMZ has reported that. I'm like, did you just say TMZ? That I'm watching the news, and the news is saying TMZ. They had to license TMZ's footage. I'm like, you know what, Howard Lever, whatever your name is, bravo. Because you got them open. Speaking of open, we got kind of open on Wednesday's show. For those of you guys who do not know, on Wednesday nights, we do a show called Playing Devil's Advocate, where we have the uncomfortable conversations that people should have but don't have often enough. And it's a judgment-free forum where we talk about any and everything. And this past week, we talked about infidelity, the wife. And we were talking about the responsibility that the wife may have in her husband stepping out on her.
We did.
And we made a lot of people mad.
So
they got upset at us. I got a lot of hate mail before the show even started. I was getting emails like, how dare you champion the hoe? It's bad enough you wrote that book. But the fact of the matter is, we had a friend of the show, Rocky Miller, call in, and we also had actor Timmy Calderette, y'all may know him from Single Ladies, call in and backed us up. They backed our play. I did not make up this stuff, people. I did not make up any of that. When I tell you ladies to stop your damn nagging, stop being selfish, not catering to your man's ego, not making time for him in your relationship, stop talking your business out in the streets and telling everybody about what's going on in your house, amongst other things, you know. I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what the my research has shown me.
Okay.
Was there anything? Because she actually talked a lot that show.
I did not talk a lot. My only thing was you were putting all the responsibility of the cheating man on the wife and none on the husband who actually
That's
did
what the show was about.
No. The show wasn't about.
Don't tell me what the show was about. I know what the show was about.
That's what you made it about. The show should have been about.
That ain't about what the show should have been about.
Okay,
the show was about.
Okay, the show was about the wife and her responsibility, but you gave it all like it was all her fault.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I did
That's
not.
why you was getting
Listen
fucking
to it
hate
for
mail.
yourself.
That's why you was getting fucking hate mail.
I got the hate mail before. I haven't gotten the hate mail subsequent to that. And that was because my point was this, just like I said in the show, and just like I'm saying now. And you can't change what the show was supposed to be talking about, what it should have been about.
It just said the wife.
Right. And the wife. And I was telling women, this is how you contribute to this situation. I was not saying or taking away the onus of a person actually taking an action. I didn't take that away. But what I was saying was these types of behaviors, these actions can set the stage for that to even look like it's something I might want to engage in. And that's the conversation that I was having. That was the conversation that it was meant to have. And that was the conversation that was translated. So like I said, I didn't get the hate mail until I got the hate mail before. I didn't get the hate mail after. So again, I didn't take the onus off the man, but the show wasn't about the man. When we do the show about the man, we'll do the show about the man.
But the man put it on.
Yeah, they tried to hijack the show.
Yeah, they did.
They tried to hijack the show, but I had to go ahead and lasso them back on in. And then, one thing that was funny to me. Remember when Spunky Angel was posing her scenario, and she put Timmy Cowder right up on this pedestal, and then she just shit all over poor little Rocky.
Yeah, he did. I ain't understand that one. That was wrong. That was wrong. You wrong.
You know you got to be bad for her to say it was wrong.
That was wrong. That was.
Angel, this for you. Don't do that to Rocky. That's our boy.
Right.
Anyway, but I set her straight. It was just one of those situations where it was a perfect example to show how women put other men in positions of power over their man. And so if a man feels powerless in his relationship, he's going to go somewhere that makes him feel powerful.
Right.
So that was a perfect example. I'm glad it happened. It happened organically. It was crazy as hell, but you got to hear it because it was funny as hell. We can't even reenact it if we wanted to.
Nah, I ain't even going to try.
Rocky was hot.
Right. And we both were sitting here looking like, is she doing that for real?
Did she really just say, you that motherfucker?
Well, Tree, you the fine one. What? Like, okay.
Did you just call Rocky up? He's not. Okay. So make sure you go check that out. You can do that at blogtalkradio.com/PDA and choose the show Infidelity, the Wife, and you'll be able to see what that's about. This week coming up, we have another interesting show.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Why is there random feathers floating around this bitch? Did you have on a
boa
or something? It keeps falling.
You know, I was a gay man in a past life, so maybe I did have a boa.
It keeps catching my eye, and I know I'm looking crazy because my eyes are crossing like this. Like, where is this coming from? Okay, sorry. Continue.
I don't even know where I was.
You was talking about you was talking about next week's show. Oh,
since I am a certified life coach and relationship expert and sexologist, so we are having On the Couch with KiKi, where people actually get a chance to get some free coaching on the show. So if you have something that you want to get some resolution to, or some clarity about a situation that's going on in your life, or you want a little direction, or see what it is that may be stopping you from being the best you, and noticing patterns in your life, you can give us a call, tune into the show. Matter of fact, send an email to pda.radio@gmail.com, and we'll have one of the producers or someone reach out to you to find out the nature of it, so that we can make sure we get yours on air, as opposed to having to wait like some of the callers in the queue, or the people that tweet. So just make sure that you reach out to us ahead of time, and we'll make sure that we get you on air and find out what it is to get you some assistance in whatever area that you may be needing. Is there something else that you want to talk about?
Is it something else I'm supposed to be talking about? Because I know you scolded me earlier that I was supposed to bring up something.
Yes.
And you know how I am, and I don't remember what I was supposed to bring up. We can bring it up next week. It's a good topic for next week. I'm pretty sure it'll be more.
Okay, since we have viewers' requests that Chan speaks more, she will be bringing up subject matters next week. It will be on her. So, there you have it.
Now, if y'all want a show, I won't be.
Well, we don't have to answer to the FCC. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. So we've already. How many times you done dropped the F-bomb? They gonna treat you like Quentin Tarantino in a minute and start counting the N-words in our broadcast.
Have somebody finger ready on the trigger with the beat button, fucking with me.
So with that being said, quick recap, and then we can. Okay. All right, Michael Sam's. If that one word about that situation. Whichever one.
I don't care.
Okay. That answers that. I'd have to agree with her. I mean, I know we're the Bickersons, but I have to agree with her. I don't care. Play ball.
There it is. Win a championship.
Do something.
Talk to me then.
Do something.
What's the next one?
Aaron Hernandez.
Dum dum.
Damn it. Why she keep stealing my words?
Dum dum.
I'm going to use a different word. Miscreant.
Oh, you had to use that in college.
I did go to college.
So did I.
Okay. I know. I just wanted to be an asshole. Police Commissioner Robert Copeland.
Racist. And leave him the hell alone. He's a racist. That's it.
Okay. Donald Sterling.
Racist. Leave the hell alone. They ain't gonna change. Just let them die off. Please.
This is not fair. We're agreeing. Okay. I look forward to bickering with you.
I'm sure we can find something.
Solange Knowles and Jay-Z.
I don't care again. But what I do want to say, what I did find interesting is that Beast didn't say anything.
She did the right thing.
She stayed the hell up out of it. Which says to me that them motherfuckers been bickering for a while. And she's tired of playing the back and forth or just said, fuck it. Y'all do it. I ain't,
It seems to me like she's just like, you know what? I'm in you guys are putting me in a lose-lose situation. If I choose my husband, my wife, my sister gonna be like, you chose him over me. If I choose my sister, my husband, I gotta sleep with this man. I got, and Solange, as her sister, don't put your sister, I have sisters. Don't put your sister in a situation where she got to choose between you and her dude.
She shouldn't, but
over anything. But I understand we all have our moments and we lose it, but
everybody get picked. Everybody get picked. I don't know what happened, but
I don't know, but I probably things ain't been right since he dropped her from the label. I'm just saying.
Okay. I don't know. And then again, we go back to the beginning. I don't care.
You don't care about nothing.
Have you not met me?
What do you care about?
I care about my children.
Okay.
I care about my home.
Uh-huh.
And I care about the few people around me that I have chosen to care about.
So why do we do this?
Because you keep making me. And there's a possibility... That's why we keep doing this, because you keep making me. I was in my bed.
The public demands.
And that's another thing I care about. I care about my bed and my TV and my video game. That's what I care about. Now.
Okay.
But I really don't care about that shit.
All right, so to all of our stories to hit tonight.
Ain't we missing something else? Who else did we? Or did we go back to him? Wasn't there somebody else on your card?
I don't know. Why don't you read it and tell me?
I don't know. Listen. Oh, we did Donald Sterling and all that. Okay.
Somebody that don't want to be here. She's so engaged. What's
no. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure we get it all out. And because I don't want to have to hear this shit no more. Because I'm not going back for re-edits. I'm going back into my bed. I'm gonna finish watching my stories.
What stories? It's Sunday.
I'm catching up.
Okay. You don't have to raise your voice at me.
I'm just saying I'm catching up.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure we get this one take and we out of here.
We always do it in one take.
Okay, well then that's it.
All right, so again, make sure you check out Playing Devil's Advocate on Wednesdays on Blog Talk Radio. We stream live here on YouTube as well, so you can check out Playing Devil's Advocate, or you can always follow us on Facebook. My Facebook is Consummate Provocateur. Of course, I have a college name. You can follow me on Twitter, KiKi_Richardson, and Instagram, Kiki Richardson. Follow Cousin Chan.
IG, FB. And if you want to do Twitter, it's The Original Truth.
And there you have it.
DA, Original Truth. Not the college word. All right.
Go on ahead. That note, on behalf of Cousin Chan, I'm Kiki, and this is the way we see it. Make sure you remember, we don't make the news, we just report it. Until next time, we're out.
Deuces.